The following is produced by 5 Star Productions USA, which is solely responsible for its editorial content.
At various times in the day, a parent may be a nutritionist, chauffeur, coach, referee, or mathematician. But every minute of the day, a parent is constantly a role model. And to help us be a little better at parenting, today we're going to examine infant feeding problems, head lice prevention, and more effective hand washing. Then we'll explore nutrition, ways to invest for the future, and some techniques for choosing the best educational software for our children. There's a lot to cover, so let's get started on today's edition of Parenting and Beyond. Hello, I'm Kim Alexis. A parent's care is never more critical than when a child is an infant. And now there may be some new ideas to help feeding times go a little easier.
The experience of a baby's first year is something mothers never forget, especially for first-time moms. Those early weeks can be filled with wonder, a little fear, and plenty of joy as they watch their babies grow and develop. One of your first experiences together will involve feeding. Whether you're breastfeeding or feeding infant formula, it can take a little time to get the hang of things. Fortunately, there is a wealth of information available to help you understand and address babies' feeding needs. One helpful resource is www.welcomeedition.com. This website is filled with valuable tips for breast and formula feeding moms. Here are a few guidelines from this site. Crying, burping, and some spitting up are all part of being a baby and are not necessarily signs that what you're feeding is a problem. A baby's digestive system is immature and may need time to adjust to a feeding. Most babies spit up occasionally, while some spit up with every feeding. What may seem like a whole meal is probably no more than a few tablespoons. In some cases, the baby may have eaten too much and spits up the excess. In other cases, the milk may mix with air and be burped up along with it. Keeping your baby upright with minimal movement when feeding is one way to help eliminate air from being gulped. Burping your child halfway through the feeding can also help avoid a mess later on. If you plan to feed a formula during the first year, make sure what you're feeding is right for your baby. For mothers who choose not to breastfeed or require a supplement, many doctors and hospitals recommend Similac with iron. It works well for most babies. For common feeding problems such as fussiness, gas, and spit up, Isomil is a good choice. It's milk-free and lactose-free. At times, doctors may want to keep a baby on milk-based formula while eliminating the lactose. In this case, Similac lactose-free can be a good option. Be sure to seek the advice of your baby's doctor or nurse to determine how best to care for your child's nutritional needs. Their advice can help you make the right feeding choices for your baby, and that's important to raising a healthy, happy child. Coming up, we'll show you how to wash those pesky critters right out of your little one's hair. Then, how to make hand washing effective without using water. And planning for college while they're still in diapers. All this and more on Parenting and Beyond.
It's nice for your children to have friends, but they sometimes come home from daycare or school with some unwanted pests. And I'm not talking about another child. I'm referring to head lice. Fortunately, there are some good ways to treat and prevent this problem.
If you have children in school, daycare, or camp, you've probably gotten that dreaded notice that there is a case of head lice going around. And while treatment and elimination of lice may seem daunting, new products are making it easier to wash those bugs right out of your children's hair. While head lice are something we'd all rather avoid, chances are you're going to have to encounter the little critters someday. So it's best to be prepared and understand what works to break the lice life cycle.
It's funny about head lice. People often think in the U.S. that it's a function of poor hygiene and that it's only people with poor hygiene habits that are affected by lice. That's not true. Head lice affect everyone, just about everyone. If you don't have hair, you're not going to get head lice. It's not true that it's a function of poor hygiene. Head lice, in fact, prefer a nice, clean head of hair.
Well, what are the facts? What does it take to make sure that head lice are eliminated and won't come back?
Scientists have found in the case of head lice, the eggs that are young, 0 to 4 days of age, can't be affected by the current products available for lice killing. The important thing for parents to know about getting rid of lice is that they have to kill the lice and get rid of the eggs and clean the environment. It's really a three-step process. There are excellent products on the market for killing lice, which a parent should use and then follow with an egg remover to help get the eggs out.
So to effectively end a head lice infestation, you need to kill lice and remove all the eggs. That means a two-step process of lice-killing shampoo followed by lice egg removal, a tedious yet vital procedure made easier by using clear lice egg remover enzyme gel and nit-capturing comb. It also comes in clear total lice elimination system, which provides product for both steps. First, use clear lice killing shampoo to kill hatched lice and mature eggs. Then use clear lice egg remover to get rid of the surviving eggs that can cause reinfestation. Reapplication of shampoo and egg removal are required for complete effectiveness. It's also important to remember to disinfect all personal articles, including clothing, bedding, combs, and toys.
It's important that the environment be clean. The bedrooms and furniture, upholstered furniture, vacuumed, children's clothing and toys, washed, dry cleaned, or toys put in plastic bags for a couple of weeks in order to kill any lice that might be on the child's possessions. If those three steps are carefully followed, there should be a successful end to the lice infestation.
So now the next time your child brings home that awful notice of an outbreak, you have the tools and the knowledge to control those pesky pests.
There can be nothing more moving than the tender touch of a child's tiny hand. But let's face it, those busy little hands can become very dirty and often spread germs. That's why it's good to know some innovative solutions for antibacterial hand washing.
Keeping your family healthy is certainly at the top of every parent's priority list. And while we all wish for a magic cure for colds, flus, or viruses, it's often been said that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That statement is even truer today with the decreasing effectiveness of many common antibiotics and the increase of drug-resistant infections.
Stopping germs from spreading can go a long way to keep you and your children at work, in school, and out of the doctor's office. So, what are some of the best ways to stop infections before they begin?
There are a number of ways to prevent the spread of infection. Certainly getting adequate amount of rest, eating a healthy diet, taking vitamin supplements if necessary are important, but keeping your hands clean is equally important.
Indeed, experts say that the most likely transfer of disease is through the hands. From handshakes to passing out milkshakes, germs are passed directly hand to hand. With more than 40 million Americans getting sick from hand-borne disease, you can see why people used to just tip their hat and curtsy. Short of wearing gloves and staying home, what can you do to eliminate unfriendly bacteria and germs?
Good hygiene is important. Washing your hands before you eat, washing your hands after you've changed a baby's diaper, for example, or if you've tended to a sick child, are important ways to keep yourself healthy.
While we know the benefits of washing hands, these days, if you're on the road or in the field, you may not be able to get the antibacterial soap or warm water needed for good hygiene.
Today's busy families are often on the go. You may be in the car eating fast food, you may be changing diapers at a soccer game, and access to soap and water is not often practical. An antibacterial skin or gel hand cleanser can often be a good substitute for hand washing.
Fortunately, there are new products that you can use to eliminate germs without water. Vijon Laboratories Germ-X and Germ Blaster, a convenient and efficient antimicrobial hand sanitizer, kills 99% of germs and bacteria in 15 seconds after use. You just apply a small amount of the scented Germ Blaster on your palms and rub it around your hands. It evaporates almost immediately, leaving your hand sanitized.
So you might actually say that less than an ounce of prevention is certainly worth much more than the cure, especially when it protects you and your family from hand-to-hand combat with illness.
Do your vegetables keep their nutritional value from the field to your plate? We'll show you how to be sure. And the Parent's Guide to Good Educational Tools for whatever interest your child may have, next on Parenting and Beyond.
I love to feed my children fresh fruit and vegetables, but between their schedules and mine, sometimes there simply isn't enough time or it's not practical. Fortunately, there are some good alternatives that can give you the convenience without sacrificing nutrition.
It's the final harvest of the 20th century, and the nation's fruit and vegetable crops are beginning their journey from field to fork. A large portion of this produce is delivered directly to a cannery. So if you're looking for ways to combine convenience with nutrition and easy preparation, you'll want to learn more about the benefits of canned food. Using a process that dates back to the days when your great-grandmother preserved food, canning is a wholesome process that captures the freshness and nutrition of fruits and vegetables.
The benefits of canned foods are absolutely, it's good nutrition. It's picked at peak of harvest, it's packed promptly within a couple of hours right in the same town that it's picked in, and then shipped directly to your stores where you can then use it immediately. The relationship between food harvest and nutrition is so very clear. We should be picking our food when it's ready to be picked, not before it's time, and not shipped miles and miles to sit on a loading dock for a couple of weeks out of season.
In a recent study by the University of Illinois, researchers found that canned vegetables and fruits are comparable in nutritional value and vitamins to fresh produce in frozen versions. In addition, the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, has announced that canned fruits and vegetables can be used interchangeably and are generally just as healthful as raw fruits and vegetables. So what is it that makes canned foods work so well to preserve food's nutrients? First, canned food is not exposed to light, which causes food to lose its nutritional value. Another important factor is time, since food starts to lose its nutritional value the minute that it's picked. So the faster you can lock in those vitamins and nutrients, the better.
Close attention is paid to maturity of our crops so that they're harvested at their peak quality. Once they're harvested, they're transported quickly to a processing plant, which is only a few miles from our farms, and processed soon afterward.
Once the beans arrive at the cannery, they are washed, snipped, and cut. Then they are inspected, sorted according to thickness, and blanched to remove excess air and active enzymes. Human inspectors provide additional quality control, and then recyclable steel cans are filled with beans. Finally, the cans are sealed and cooked under high temperatures to ensure the food is safe for your family. Canned foods bring you good nutrition, convenience, and quality year-round. Now that you've had a sneak peek at the canning process, you can feel good about serving your family nutritious foods that have been canned naturally.
When I was growing up, a computer was an inscrutable machine that took up several large rooms in a government building. Now our children carry them in their pockets. Computers have become valuable learning tools, but this hardware is only as good as the software inside.
They click, they point, they surf the net. Watching a young child use a computer is amazing, especially when it took many of us years to become computer literate. But in today's increasingly technological world, getting your child started using computers in the right way is an important step in their development.
As children become more and more comfortable using computers, educational software opens up a whole new world of knowledge and learning. But how do you find the best software to help in your child's development? We talked with Ginny Goodmanson, editor of the Choosing Children Software newsletter and judge of 2 National Children's Software Awards.
Computers can provide a great interactive playground for children. The question is, at what age can they start to do this? And it really is tied into when they're able to start manipulating a mouse, to make the connection between moving a mouse and having something happen on the screen. Once they reach that point, the world of software opens to them. With 4,000 titles, they can do anything from learning to read, to becoming the architect of their own city, to practice logical thinking skills. It's an exciting, interactive engaging environment, and children love it.
As a parent, you want to be able to find the right software programs for your child. But since there are thousands of children's software titles on the market, how do you know which ones are right for your child? A good educational software program needs to keep a child's interest while also meeting their particular skill level and educational needs. That means it should be developmentally appropriate while also having kid appeal and ease of use. For example, a new title from Disney Interactive called Winnie the Pooh Preschool helps introduce letters of the alphabet by playing a fun game with Kanga and Roo. Programs like this create a special balance between entertainment and education that helps develop and practice specific skills while enticing your child to play it and play it again.
Internet sites can be a great resource for parents. They provide search engines. Search engines enable parents then to sort software by age category or subject matter. You can figure out what titles exist on the market. That's very helpful in making a decision. The other thing a site like Beyond.com does is that it has expert reviews as well as reviews by kids who have played it and parents' reviews on what a parent's take is on a piece of software. Very helpful in making decisions about software.
Beyond.com is a leading internet software retailer that offers many resources for parents who want to make informed decisions when choosing software for their children. With safe online shopping, easy ordering, and even downloading options that let you download programs right onto your computer, Beyond.com can make helping your child learn much easier. Your next big investment after your home could be your child's education, no matter how old they are. Stay tuned for helpful ideas to get you started on their future. Coming up on Parenting and Beyond.
While today you may be concerned with visits to the pediatrician, playmates, and after-school activities, someday you'll be thinking about college caps and gowns. And although it seems far away, it's never too soon or too late to start planning for that future.
While college graduation may seem light years away, it's never too soon to start planning, because like buying a house or saving for retirement, a college education may be one of the largest and most important investments you'll ever make. Fortunately, there are some great new state-sponsored savings plans that can help you plan for your child's future. No matter what career path a child chooses, a college education is a great advantage. From academic and social development to higher salaries, there are many benefits to higher education. But with the cost of a four-year college education ranging from $40,000 to $100,000 and rising, how do you begin saving for one or more future grads?
With state savings plans, your money is invested in a combination of stocks, bonds, and money market instruments. The money grows tax deferred for both the state and federal tax purposes, and when you take the money out, the money is generally taxed at the child's rate. In addition, some states will give you a tax deduction for the amount that you contribute to the program. The savings plans allow children to attend any college in the country. They're really accessible too. You can start a plan for as little as $25, and in addition, you can cover just about any expenses associated with attending college.
You can use the plans to pay for higher education costs at both private and public schools anywhere in the U.S. And if your child doesn't go to college, you can transfer the funds to another eligible member of the family. The plans are state-sponsored, but the investments are managed by some of the country's leading financial firms. It is no wonder that these plans are getting high marks from both the financial press and financial planners nationwide.
In the past, the primary form of plan was what's called a prepaid tuition plan. And in a prepaid tuition plan, a state set up a program so that individuals could attend a public university system within their state. The trend now is towards developing savings programs. And with a savings program, an individual actually establishes an account, accumulates dollars in that account on behalf of a beneficiary, and then that money is used to attend just about any college in the country.
TIAA-CREF, founded over 80 years ago to serve the financial needs of educators, is one of the leading managers of the state-sponsored college savings plans. TIAA-CREF through TIAA-CREF Tuition Financing Incorporated brings its investments, expertise, and financial strength to managing the programs. So it's good to know that you can begin planning today for college tomorrow with a solid investment that combines convenience, tax benefits, flexibility, and financial expertise.
If you came across a help wanted ad that needed someone 24 hours a day with no vacations and no pay, would you call it? Well, as parents, we have that job. And what's so amazing is it might be the most rewarding thing we've ever done. I'm Kim Alexis. If you would like more information on any of the stories on today's show, visit our website at vstar.com and look for us next time on Parenting and Beyond.
This has been a presentation of 5 Star Productions USA, which is solely responsible for its editorial content.